I look at Chicago today, it's hard for me to realize that it's the same city I knew when I was a boy. All those skyscrapers, that steel and concrete, those busy streets, and the crowds. We didn't have them. In my day, life was more leisurely. The women didn't wear anything on their faces then. But the men made up for it. You weren't a substantial citizen unless you wore a mustache. I remember I grew one myself. But somehow, I guess I wasn't substantial enough. I was living in a boarding house then, along with other young hopefuls. Sunday was my big day. It was my one chance for an outing. Sometimes I'd pick up my friend, Hickey. His uncle, Mr. Oberkugen, was my boss. We'd ride out to one of the parks to meet him. Oberkugen was an unpredictable man on weekdays, but on Sunday he was always happy. Nellie was his cashier, his accountant, and his secretary. Had been for 20 years. They never married. I used to wonder why. Like all people in love, they were worried because I had no lady friend. They'd try to get me one. But I had other plans. That Monday morning alarm meant back to work. Some people hated that alarm. But not me. I had something to get up for. You see, the post office would be open. And that meant there might be a letter for me. One of those very special letters.
Watch where you're going.
Here, I'll fix your hat for you. No, that's not quite the right angle. Oh, here's your umbrella. I don't really know what happened. Oh, here's your bag, madam. Oh, I beg your pardon.
Oh, heaven's sakes. Leave me alone.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Here's your hat.
Thank you.
Something's missing.
Where's my bird? My bird.
Here's your bird. Here we are, madam. I'm so sorry.
What?
Wrong bird.
For heaven's sake, thank you.
I'll attach this. I'm really terribly sorry about this. I was in such a
What were you
hurry.
doing?
Reading a letter, and I was trying to...
You're crushing my hat.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry about this. Here's your umbrella.
Thank you. Wait a
Here's
minute. Wait a minute.
Where are you? Oh, there you are. Here's your hat, your bird. Is this you? Here's your bag.
Well, wait a minute.
On the umbrella. Parasol, I mean, I'm terribly sorry.
Oh.
Please, madam,
Please,
excuse
madam.
me, yes. Here's your bird, and here's your bag. Now, I've really got to go.
Well, go.
I've got to go to the office. Look, here's my card. That's where I work, see? Now, you go buy yourself whatever I've ruined, and I'll be glad to pay for it, all right?
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Wait a minute. Hey!
I was head salesman then at Mr. Oberkugen's, getting a good salary. $15 a week.
Well, good morning,
Morning,
Andy.
Nellie.
Morning, Andy.
Morning, Hickey.
Morning, Andy.
Morning, Rudy.
You're late. Mr. Oberkugen had to let us in.
I know. See, I got Come here a minute. Sit down. I got another letter.
From the girl that advertised?
Yeah. You want to hear something nice?
Yes.
Dear friend, my heart was trembling as I walked into the post office. But there you were, lying in box 237. I took you out of your envelope and read you. Read you right there, dear friend.
I thought she wanted to correspond with you on intellectual subjects.
Well, isn't that intellectual? Positively poetry. Now, wait, there's more. Are you short or tall? Are your eyes blue or brown? Don't tell me. What does it matter if our minds meet?
You're right. It is intellectual.
There are so many wonderful things to write about in this world of ours. It would be wasting precious time if we told each other the sordid details of our daily lives. So don't let's do it. I agree with you when you say, 'tis happier to be dead, to die for beauty, than to live for bread.
Did you say that?
Well, Ralph Waldo Emerson said it first. Yes?
Andy, Mr. Oberkugen wants to see you right away.
Thanks, Nellie. How is he this morning?
Peaches and cream.
Oh, I hope so.
No, how many times must I tell you? That violin is priceless.
I'm sorry, Uncle Otto.
And don't call me Uncle Otto. In the store, I am Mr. Oberkugen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All I did was plug his violin. Just plug.
The Dummkopf. Stradivarius, he picks it like a mandolin. It's all your fault. If you had been here on time, it wouldn't have happened.
I'm sorry, sir. I had a little accident.
It's no excuse, an accident. Everybody can have an accident. An accident. Did you hurt yourself? Hmm?
No, I didn't.
Good. I hate a dangerous bicycle. Come. I have something to show you. I am sure you will like it. It's a surprise for the whole business. Look. I have a chance to buy 100 of these from Kramer. We can make a nice little profit. Huh? What do you think of it? I think it's great.
I'm afraid it's not for us, Mr. Oberkugen.
Not for us. You have hardly looked at it.
I don't have to. It's a harp. And not enough people play harps.
It's wonderful how quickly you can decide. I have been in this business 20 years. It took me an hour to decide I liked it. But you, Professor, Hickey.
Yes, Uncle Otto. Mr. Oberkugen.
Miss Burke, please. So. Mr. Hansen? Mr. Hansen?
Yes, sir.
Look at this, please. What do you think of it? Mr. Larkin doesn't happen to like it. I do. But Don't let me influence you. I just want your honest opinion. Huh? That's all I want, your honest opinion. What?
Oh, I think it's wonderful, just wonderful.
Well, Mr. Larkin, have you changed your mind?
No, I still say they're not for us.
I agree with Andy.
Thank you. Thank you, that's all.
Now we're in for it.
This was his way of soothing himself when things went wrong. But he was the only one who was soothed. Hickey knew the way to hold his job. Good morning, madam. May I help you?
Oh, hello, Miss,
Fisher.
Fisher. Miss Fisher,
Yeah, well, looks like I ran up quite a bill, doesn't it? How much do I owe
Oh,
you?
no, I couldn't think of accepting anything from you.
Really, you must.
No, I couldn't. Really, I couldn't. That's definite.
Well, my
My,
goodness.
this is a nice store.
Oh, thank you. We like it.
You have lovely things.
Oh, maybe you'd like me to buy you something else. Is there anything here you'd like?
As a matter of fact, there is.
Oh, fine. Well, how about... No. How harmonica? No? Mouth organ? Little piano?
No,
Music,
I
please?
want a job.
Oh, sorry. I sold the last one yesterday.
Now, see here, Mr. Larkin, this is no joking matter. That's why I was so furious today when you bumped into me. I was all dressed up, ready to go out and look for a job
yes,
when you...
well, I'm sorry. We just couldn't take anyone else on now. It's the dull season.
But you haven't even heard my qualifications. I worked at Roberts Brothers.
Yes, I've
and I
heard
worked
of
at
them.
Gregory Music Store.
Oh, yes.
They liked me very much there. They all
Oh.
said they'd be very happy to have me back.
Well, why don't you make them happy, huh?
Well, it's the dull season.
Yes. Well, I'm sorry. I just couldn't take anyone else on now. Good day.
Just a minute. Do you own this store?
Oh, no, but
Then I'd like to see the owner, please.
Oh, I wouldn't advise it. He's in a very bad mood this morning.
I insist upon seeing the owner.
Look, I've been here for a number of years now, and I know Mr. Oberkugen inside and out. I know what his attitude would be. I could tell you word for word exactly what he'd say.
Now,
Mr. Larkin, just a moment, please.
Excuse me, please.
Excuse me, madam.
Surely.
Come here. So, you know all about me. You know exactly what I think in before I think of it. You are not only a business genius, you are a mind reader.
Mr. Oberkugen, I wouldn't...
Never mind. Good morning, madam. I am Mr. Oberkugen.
How do you do, Mr. Oberkugen?
How do you? Please have a seat.
Thank you.
I don't know what the difficulty is, but at Oberkugen's there is no such word as impossible. What is it that you desire?
Oh, well, you see, Mr. Oberkugen, I was at Gregory Brothers, and...
Oh, I assure you we have much better merchandise. Oh,
no.
We have violins, we have flutes, we have... Isn't it wonderful? Something new. Look.
Oh.
Some of our sales force do not agree with me, but I think it is charming.
Yes,
I'll guarantee you didn't find anything as lovely as these at Gregory's.
Well, I don't think you understand, Mr. Oberkugen. You see, I worked at Gregory Brothers. I'm looking for a job. Well, but wait a minute. I play the piano, and I can play the violin.
Just a minute. Wait a minute. You can play what you want. I have no time. Morning. Why do you put me in a situation like that? Why?
Oh, I'm sorry, but it wasn't my fault.
No, whose fault was it? Mine?
Well, yes, I think it was.
Oh, what's the matter with you? You feel to me like his son. But every time you contradict me. Whatever I say, you say no. Why?
All right, Mr. Oberkugen. From now on, I'll say yes, Mr. Oberkugen. Certainly, Mr. Oberkugen. Yes, Mr.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take care of this. Look, there's no use you waiting around. As soon as there's an opening, you'll be the first one to be called.
Tell me, do you like it?
Oh, yes.
Well, you see. Is it so hard to play?
No, anyone can learn.
You see.
And it's so romantic.
What's romantic about it?
Well, the soft, rippling music and the way your hands...
That's the woman's point of view.
Woman's point of view.
How much are you asking for it?
Well, I thought $75.
Oh, yes, that's a bargain.
Bargain?
A real bargain.
It's a pretty harp, isn't it?
Yes, yes. It's a very unusual one.
I was really looking for a song.
Oh, may I help you, madam? Here's a very popular song of the day.
A song. I knew you sang. I could tell by your voice. Of course, for anyone who sings the harp, it's so flattering, your hands. I have hardly any voice at all, but if there's a number you'd like to hear...
How about this, madam? You might like it. Lovely lyrics and all.
No, this. Dreamland.
Meet me tonight in Dreamland. Could some...
Yes, may I?
Oh, thank you.
Go to the...
Is it pretty?
Please, madam, have a seat.
Well, of course, if you can't play, we...
I can play.
Surely, he can play. Sit down. Now.
Meet me tonight in Dreamland under the silvery moon. Meet me tonight in Dreamland where love's sweet roses bloom. Come with the love light gleaming in your dear eyes of blue. Meet me in Dreamland, sweet, dreamy Dreamland. There let my dreams come true. Meet me tonight in Dreamland under the silvery moon. Meet me tonight in Dreamland where love's sweet roses bloom. Come with the love light gleaming in your dear eyes of blue. Meet me in Dreamland, sweet, dreamy Dreamland. There let my dreams come true.
Lovely. How much is it?
$99.50. Reduced from 100.
I'll take it.
Fine. Could I have your sales book, please? And your pencil.
Sure you wouldn't like my job, too?
Not yet. Aunt Addie, in here, dear. Oh. Aunt Addie, I have a job.
Position.
Oh, well, whatever it is, I have it. Who's this?
That's Jerome.
Hello, baby.
Mrs. Spreen's Jerome. She had to go down and pay her gas bill. Tell me, what kind of a position?
Well, it's in a music store, and the boss is a darling.
Any other gentlemen?
Oh, yes, there's, I think there are 3 of them.
Oh, hand me that lace, dear.
Here, which is it? There's the boss's nephew, and then there's a Mr. Hansen.
Are they young men?
Well, yeah, one of them's a young man, Mr. Larkin. He's a head salesman. He's the one who didn't want to give me the position. But anyway, I went over his head and went to the boss and got the job. I don't think he likes me at all.
Oh, I nearly forgot. I went by the post office, and there was another one of those letters in the box for you. It's there on the table.
Aunt Addie. Oh, Aunt Addie. This makes my day perfect. Dear friend.
You don't eat, Mr. Larkin. Why?
Oh, I've had enough, Joe, thanks.
If you ask me, you are in love.
You think so?
I know. She don't eat, too.
Who?
He asked me who. All the time, like this. Then, when you come in, she... Look. I knew just like that.
That was fine.
Oh, did you recognize it?
Sure.
That was the music you sent me last night.
I thought it might do for your audition.
Oh.
Haven't you sent your application in yet?
No, I'm afraid I haven't.
Oh, now, don't let me down. I was telling my lady friend about you only today.
Your lady friend?
Yes, I was telling her how you were going to win the scholarship and go to Leipzig. And how you were going to be famous and that one day I'd be boasting that I used to live in the same boarding house with you.
I never heard you speak about your lady friend before.
Really? Well, that's funny. That's been going on for quite a while. I thought I'd told you.
Well, after all, why should you? We never spoke about much but music, did we?
No, that's true.
Well, I have to go.
Oh, about that scholarship now, you'd better get busy on it.
Why, I haven't a chance to win.
Of course you have, if you put your mind to it. Now, look, I'll bring you music every night. I'll even get you a decent violin to play. How's that? I've got a stake in your career, you know.
All right. I'll send in the application tomorrow.
Good girl.
Thanks.
I often wondered if the girl I was corresponding with was as wonderful as her letters. September and October passed, and I was still writing letters. And still trying to sell those harps.
Do you think Eric would like that gramophone?
Don't know, but it's very pretty.
Pardon me, I can't see very well without my glasses. Can you tell me how much the charming little harp is?
$99.50.
99.50. You certainly get wonderful values here. I wonder how Oberkugen can do it.
Well, if you don't know Mr. Oberkugen, who does?
Oh, good morning, Mr. Oberkugen.
Good morning. They look fine, the harps, huh?
I wish the customers thought so.
Oh, good morning, Uncle Otto. Mr. Oberkugen.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Oberkugen. We're having a wonderful morning.
Yeah?
Yes, I just saw my third gramophone.
Good morning, Otto. I've been looking over the bills. I think we ought to attend to some of these. They shouldn't have left that there.
Uh-huh. I love it. Of all the instruments, the harp is perhaps the most beautiful. Look, the classic lines, the mysterious tones, it seems to come from there. So wonderful.
Otto,
Huh?
you don't have to keep them, you know.
Huh?
Kramer will take them back. We're good customers. We've given them a lot of business this year. Now, all you have to do is to explain to him that we...
Wait a minute, explain. Why? What should I explain?
But, Otto, you can see for yourself. We've had them for 2 months. Nobody will buy them. I'll call up Kramer.
You shouldn't call. They will sell, I know.
But, Otto, they...
Please give them time. This is my business.
Oh, very well. There's the bill for them. I've done the best I can. I never saw such a man. Stubborn.
$19.75 out of 20, please.
May I have your sales check, Miss Fisher?
Certainly. Well, let's see now. That's $241 worth of business I've done already this morning.
Splendid.
So, you see, Mr. Larkin, you were wrong. This shop could stand another salesperson.
10, 20, 25.
You know, I think you're angry because I sold a harp and you couldn't.
On the contrary, Miss Fisher, I'm delighted. I only wish you could sell the other 99.
Who knows? I may. Thank you very, very much, madam.
Thank you.
Please come in and see us again soon. It's always nice to see you. I'll open the door.
Oh, just a moment, please.
Oh, yes, sir.
Could you tell me how this goes?
Oh, I'd be very glad to play it for you right over here.
Thank you.
This is a very popular song of the day. I think you might like it. Put your arms around me, honey. Hold me tight. Huddle up and cuddle up with all your might. Oh, babe, won't you?
Excuse me. Would you like a little help?
All right.
Fine. From the beginning?
Mm-hmm.
From the beginning. I'll sing the verse. Introduction, please. Key of B flat. Here we go. Nighttime am a-falling, everything is still, and the moon am a-shining from above. Cupid am a-calling, every Jack and Jill, it's just about the time for making love. Someone is a-waiting all alone for me. No more hesitating, I must go and see. Howdy do, dear, it's with you, dear, that I love to be. Put your arms around me, honey, hold me tight, huddle up and cuddle up with all your might. Oh,
look at me, my heart begins to float. Then it starts a-rocking like a motorboat. Oh, I never knew any boy like you.
15 cents, please.
Dear friend.
Dear friend.
If only once you'd admit you'd made a mistake. In all the years I've known you, I've yet to hear you say, I was wrong.
All right. You will hear me say it now. I was wrong.
Otto.
For 20 years I have been wrong, thinking I could marry a woman who spies on me.
A woman who spies on
Yes, spies on me.
Well, it looks as if we're going to have a white Christmas, Mr. Oberkugen.
Does it?
So I thought it did. I don't know. He gives me a different answer every time I ask him a simple question.
Morning, Rudy.
Morning, Andy. Well, I'm glad someone is happy.
Oh, Rudy, this is going to be a big day in my life. Say, Rudy, do you mind if I ask you a personal question?
No, go ahead, Andy.
Suppose a fella like me wants to get married.
Oh, congratulations.
No, I said suppose. For instance, suppose I want to get a 3-room flat. You know, one of those things with a bedroom and a dining room and a living room.
Dining room? Andy, what do you want a dining room for?
Well, where will we eat?
In the kitchen. You get yourself a big kitchen.
Well, where will we entertain?
Entertain? Well, what are you, an ambassador? Listen, Andy. If a friend is really a friend, he comes after dinner.
Yeah, but suppose after we get married... Gee, I haven't even asked her yet.
Well, who?
The girl I was telling you.
Oh, the young lady you were going to correspond with on intellectual subjects.
That's the one. Well, anyway, after a while, we get around to the subject of love. On a very intellectual plane, of course.
Yeah, well, how else can you do in a letter?
So anyway, tonight we're going to meet for the first time at Heinkel's restaurant. Isn't that wonderful?
Tell me, Andy, how will you know her?
Oh, she's going to carry a carnation and a book of poetry.
Very appropriate. And you?
I'm going to wear one in my buttonhole. Oh. Rudy, she's the most wonderful girl. She's got such high ideals, such delicacy of feeling.
Good morning.
Well, I'll tell you more later. Here comes the Duchess.
Someone else is happy today.
Good morning, Mr. Hansen.
Morning, Miss Fisher.
Miss Fisher.
I know. I'm late.
Oh, no. About that shirtwaist you wore yesterday. You know, the yellow one with the green dots?
No, as usual, you're wrong again, Mr. Larkin. It was a green one with the yellow dots.
I beg to differ.
And everyone else seemed to think it was very becoming.
Oh, really?
And as I recall, I've never mentioned anything about those neckties that you wear.
My neckties?
And believe me, Mr. Larkin, if you think I couldn't, you're crazy.
My neckties are...
So just leave my shirtwaist alone. It's none of your business.
Mr. Oberkugen seems to think it is.
Oh, that's right. I'm working under you.
Let's not forget it.
Well, from now on, I'll telephone you every morning and tell you just exactly what I'm going to wear in detail. Is that all right?
Look, if you want to get yourself dressed up like a circus pony, go ahead, but I don't want the boss taking it out on me.
Listen here, Mr. Larkin. I sold just as much as anybody else in that shirtwaist yesterday.
Really?
Did you tell Mr. Oberkugen that?
I did.
And what did he say?
He said tell her not to wear that shirtwaist.
Well, tell him I won't.
I will.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Oh. Nellie, you know that... Nellie.
Oh, I didn't know it was over.
Nellie, you know that green blouse that I had on yesterday?
The one with the little yellow dots?
Yes.
I think it's lovely.
Did you like it? I'm so glad, because I have a very important engagement tonight, and I didn't know whether to wear that or something a little more formal or... Yeah.
Well, I always think...
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Fisher.
Good morning, Mr. Oberkugen.
May I tell you, you look charming today. Nellie, what do you say we dress up tonight? Have an early dinner and go to the opera.
I'm sorry I can't.
What is it, Nellie? You don't feel well?
I feel very well, thank you. I have another engagement.
No, you can get out of it. Explain it to her and she will understand.
And what makes you so sure it's a woman? I have men friends, too, you know.
Nellie, you are not going out with another man?
Yes, I am.
Nellie, you couldn't do such a thing.
And who's going to stop me?
Mr. Larkin? Mr. Larkin?
Yes, sir.
Will you please tell everybody to stay after work tonight? We are taking inventory.
Inventory?
Tonight?
Yes, tonight. There are a lot of things on our shelf that are not moving. I should like to know what they are. I want a thorough check made of all of our merchandise.
Oh, Mr. Oberkugen, is it absolutely necessary that I stay here tonight? Because I've got such an important engagement. Could you possibly spare me?
It's entirely up to Mr. Larkin.
Well, Mr. Larkin,
could you get along without Miss Fisher?
Well, as a matter of fact, Mr. Oberkugen, I was just about to ask you if I could have tonight off, too.
Oh, Mr. Oberkugen.
What is it? Does everybody want to leave? Once a year, I ask you to stay here.
Well, if it wasn't such an important...
I see. You want a special invitation.
Mr. Oberkugen.
Next time I will send you an engraved announcement.
Mr. Oberkugen, I don't think we need Andrew. I think we can manage.
Did I ask you for advice?
No, Mr. Oberkugen.
Uncle Otto, I can take Miss Fisher.
Tonight is inventory. Everybody stay. It's final.
Number K52T, 4.
Oh, I thought you said 3.
Those are banjo cases, Miss Fisher. Metronome, 6. Got it?
Got it.
Small harps, 99. Got it?
You just love to rub that in, don't you?
I am merely taking inventory, Miss Fisher.
No matter what I do, it's wrong. If I wrap a package, it's wrong.
Music
You
bag.
want everything done your way, and even when it is done your way, you don't like it.
Fine.
When I came here, I was a very enthusiastic girl, and now look at me.
Fine.
Well, let me tell you, one of these days I might find out that I don't have to work at all, and then I'll really tell you what I think of you, Mr. Larkin.
Music bag.
I have to get another blank. Mr. Larkin, I don't like you. Like, could I have a new blank, please?
Don't feel so badly,
I
dear.
can't help it. We'll never finish here tonight. I'm going to miss the most important engagement of my whole life.
Or maybe we'll finish in time.
Nellie, is that clock right?
Yes, dear, it is.
Oh, Nellie, I'm never going to make it.
Well, couldn't you telephone the young gentleman?
I can't. I don't even know his number.
Miss Fisher,
Oh, yes, thanks, Nellie.
I have an engagement. I'd like to get out of here.
So would I.
Oh, Miss Fisher.
Yes?
Would you mind holding the ladder, please?
No.
Oh, and you might count that music while you're at it, too.
All right.
Miss Fisher, the ladder, the ladder.
All right, sure.
Otto, It's almost 8 o'clock.
Is it?
Otto, is it too late for us to have that dinner?
And what about your friend?
My friend... I just made him up.
No, I know. You are just being kind to me. You are a very handsome woman, Nellie. A very, very attractive woman.
Now, Otto.
Yeah. I should have known you couldn't care for an old fool like me.
Why, Otto?
I know, Nellie. I am not worthy of you. But I always hoped when I became famous violinist. Then maybe. But to find out suddenly that there is someone else.
Oh, Otto, listen to me. Listen to me. There isn't anybody else.
No?
Really. I made him up.
You made him up? Nellie.
Otto.
Nellie. I'll go and get you things. Children, what are you doing here so late? Go home, all of you. Miss Fisher!
Oh, Aunt Addie, hurry.
Yes, dear, I'll be there in just a minute, Oh, dear.
Oh, Aunt Addie, will you help me with this, please?
I really shouldn't be helping you after all, having dinner in a public place with a strange man.
Oh, Aunt Addie, he isn't a strange man. I know all about him. After all, we're practically engaged.
Just the same, you have never been introduced.
Oh, that's convention. A silly convention for ordinary people. This is different. It's just like he said. You can't keep a love like ours in an envelope. And you know, Aunt Addie, I know just what he'll look like. He'll be tall and dark and terribly, terribly handsome. And sort of sad.
Andy, don't look so sad.
Tell you the truth, Rudy, I don't feel so good. Look out for the carnation.
It's 8:15, Andy. You don't have time to feel bad. Where's the button hook?
On the desk. I don't think I should go, Rudy.
Oh, Andy.
For her sake, I mean. I've told this girl what an important man I am, and when she sees me, it's going to be an awful shock.
Don't you worry, it's going to be love at first sight.
On the other hand, what about me? Suppose I don't like her.
You don't know how lucky you are.
Lucky.
Well, most men fall for a pretty face, and then they find out there's nothing behind it. But with you know what's behind it.
Yeah, but what's in front of it?
She'll be beautiful, you'll see.
I wish I'd never learned to read or write.
Oh, Andy. Well, good luck, Andrew.
Oh, wait a minute. You look, I'm afraid to.
Now, Andy, you know it.
Go on.
Well, all right.
You see anything?
Not yet. Oh, there's a beautiful girl.
Yeah?
Very beautiful. But no book.
Oh.
Wait a minute, I think I see right there. A book and a carnation. I can't see her face. She's sitting behind a clothes rack. Oh, she's leaning forward now. Andrew, she...
Can you see her?
Yes.
Is she pretty?
Oh, very pretty.
Really?
I would say she looks like, well, she has something of the coloring of Miss Fisher.
Miss Fisher? At the store?
Now, and you must admit that Miss Fisher's a very good-looking girl, and personally, I've always rather liked her.
This is no time to be talking about Miss Fisher, Rudy.
Well, I can tell you right now, if you don't like Miss Fisher, you won't like this girl.
Why? What do you mean?
Because it is Miss Fisher.
What? Of all the people in the world, that one.
Now, Andrew.
The nerve of her, the nerve.
Andy, please, you can't just walk off and leave her sitting there.
What do you mean I can't? Listen, Rudy, if she was the last woman on Earth and we were alone on a desert island, I'd still walk off and leave her sitting there.
Now, Andy, wait a minute. Remember, she wrote you all those letters.
I don't believe it. She couldn't, and even if she did it... Good night, Rudy.
be right back. Why, Andy, I thought you weren't coming in tonight.
Well, Louise, I was on my way.
Oh, but I'm so glad you did. I have such wonderful news.
What?
They accepted my application, and I'm playing in the auditions on Friday night.
Oh, that's wonderful, Louise.
You'll come, won't you, Andy?
Sure.
Oh, you've
sure,
got
I'll
to
be
come.
there.
Andy.
What?
You're not ill, are you?
No, no.
It's just that you look a little strange.
No, I feel fine, Louise.
Well, all right then. Keep your fingers crossed.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Excuse me, miss. Could I have this chair?
No. Please, I'm waiting for someone. He'll be here any minute.
It must be special for you to wait this long.
Well, he is very special.
Excuse
Just
me.
leave it here.
Thank you.
Well,
Mr. Larkin.
what a coincidence. You know, I had an appointment here, too. Did you see Rudy Hansen?
Oh, I haven't seen him.
Oh, do you mind if I sit down and wait for him?
Oh, no, please don't, Mr. Larkin. You know, I have an appointment myself.
Oh, yes, I remember. Well, your friend seems to be a little late.
Oh, he'll be here.
I see you're reading Elizabeth Browning.
Yes. Any objections?
Oh, no, it just seems to be quite a surprise. You know, I didn't know that you were in for classical poetry.
Mr. Larkin, there are a great many things...
The people are watching.
There are a great many things that you don't know about me.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, now, tell me, Miss Fisher, have you ever read Emerson's essays?
No, I haven't.
Well, I have. And, you know, there are a great many things you don't know about me, Miss Fisher. It's such a pity that people so seldom go to the trouble of scratching the surface to find out the inner truth.
Oh, Mr. Larkin, I wouldn't care to scratch your surface, because I know that... I know that underneath I'd find, instead of a heart, I'd find a piccolo. Instead of a soul, I'd find a flute. And instead of an intellect, I'd find a metronome that doesn't work very well.
That's very well put, Miss
Thank
Fisher.
you.
A metronome.
Yes.
Well, it's such an interesting mixture of poetry and meanness. Very well put.
Meanness?
Oh, don't misunderstand me, Miss Fisher.
Mr. Larkin, I think you understood me when I said I was waiting for someone.
Oh, yes. Well, if your party doesn't show up...
Oh, don't worry about my party showing up. He'll show up. In the meantime, you needn't bother to stay here and entertain me.
As you wish, Miss Fisher. Have you ever read Crime and Punishment?
Are you still here? Mr. Larkin, are you deliberately trying to ruin my evening?
Oh, no. Do you hear what they're playing? Do you know what that song reminds me of?
Yes. 99 Harps.
Wrong again. It reminds me of a girl who was looking for a job. And a very nice girl, I thought.
Oh, how you can lie.
Well, that was before you began to make fun of me, giving imitations of me in the locker room. And I'd like to tell you now, Miss Fisher, that I am not bow-legged.
You're not?
No.
I have information to the contrary.
Well, it's a lie. If you think I'm bow-legged, come on out to the sidewalk and I'll prove it to you. I'll pull up my trousers.
What?
And another thing, you may have beautiful thoughts, Miss Fisher, but you certainly hide them. You're cold and snippy like an old maid, and if you don't watch out, that's what you're going to be.
An old maid?
Yes.
An old maid?
Yes.
Well, Mr. Larkin, as you go on, you get funnier and funnier.
Oh,
I've got some letters that I could show you that were written by a man so far superior that it's ridiculous. They'd really open your eyes. An old maid, huh?
Yes.
You belittling... counter jumper, you.
Counter
Yes.
jumper? Well, thank you and good night, Elizabeth Browning.
Tell me, what was he like?
I never saw him.
What?
Oh, that Mr. Larkin came in and sat at my table. He wouldn't leave. He just talked and talked and talked until it was so late that when I left, I found this lying outside in the snow. He must have seen us through the window. He must have seen us together and thought that...
You can write to him? You can explain?
No. I can never explain this. He'd never understand. No. He'd never understand.
Andy.
Oh, Rudy.
Andy, Miss Fisher's aunt just telephoned to say Miss Fisher's ill. She won't be in today.
I think we'll live through it.
Andy, I don't understand you. How can you be so mean to her?
Mean to
Well,
her?
there she was last night waiting for you, and you wouldn't even go in to see her. You just walked away and left her sitting there all alone. Now, Andy, that's enough to upset any girl.
Don't talk to me about Miss Fisher, Rudy. You don't know her like I do.
Well, Andy, the least you can do is to telephone her.
Look, if there's any telephoning to be done, she can call me.
Well, now, I don't understand. This is so silly.
Miss Fisher, too ill to come in.
Is that you, Aunt Addie?
Yes, dear.
Aunt Addie, was there a letter for me?
Well, after all, he hasn't had time.
Oh, I'll never hear from him again, never.
Now, Veronica, maybe he was called out of town on business, or maybe his mother was sick.
I wish I were dead.
There's another mail in an hour. I'll try again. Maybe that's the young man now.
Oh, no, it couldn't be. He doesn't know my number. He doesn't even know my name.
Hello? Who is it? Just a moment, please. It's Mr. Larkin from the store. Will you speak to him?
Oh, no. Tell him... I don't want to talk to him. Tell him anything.
I'm sorry. She isn't feeling very well.
Well, I hope it's nothing serious. Oh, that's good. Well, tell her we miss her. Well, what I mean is she's a good worker. She's a very good worker. And what with Christmas coming on and everything, we can't afford to lose a good worker. Look, tell her I might drop by on my lunch hour just to see how she is, huh? All right. Good morning.
Oh, it's you.
Morning, Miss Fisher. Come in.
Well, I'm sorry to come to the door like this, but my aunt isn't home.
Well, I hope you'll forgive the intrusion, but this is really a business call.
Well, won't you come in?
Felt that being in charge of the store, I ought to...
Check up on me.
Oh, no. I didn't say that. I just wanted... Well, how are you?
Well, I'll get over it someday, I suppose.
Well, have you seen a doctor?
No, Mr. Larkin. I don't need a doctor, you see. My trouble is what you might call psychological.
Oh, well, if it's only psychological...
Only psychological?
Well, what I mean is that Mr. Oberkugen is giving a party tomorrow night at the Vienna Gardens. And maybe if you came to that, it might help you. Psychologically, I mean.
A party.
Yes.
At a beer garden.
Yes.
Well, it's obvious, Mr. Larkin, that you just have no understanding of women.
Well, it's really an engagement party. Nellie and Mr. Oberkugen are going to be married.
Oh.
And he's taken over the hall for the entire evening. It's amazing. After 20 years, Nellie has finally decided to... No, I'll go. I'll answer the door. You stay right there.
Mama had to run to catch a trolley to go down to the market, and she asked me would Miss Addie mind the baby for her.
Oh.
I got to take my music lesson. Oh, just in case.
Oh.
Bye.
Bye. You've got a visitor.
Oh, it's Jerome. Here, I'll take him.
No. You go sit down. I know how to do it. The hand supporting the back and the right supporting the
That's
body,
very
isn't
good,
it?
yes. Here, but you better give him to me anyway.
Sure.
Oh, goodness gracious sakes. How did you learn so much about babies?
Oh, I've had dozens of them.
What?
I mean, my sister has.
Oh.
No, there's nothing you can tell me about babies that I don't already know. I'm particularly expert at getting that bubble up. By the way, whose is he?
That's his mother in there.
What?
Well, I mean, that's his mother's dummy. My aunt makes clothes for her.
Oh, well, easy to see where he gets his looks from. Don't let him get too warm.
No, I won't. He'll take it.
Support it.
Yeah, I will.
Don't let his head
That's
fall
fine. I've taken
forward.
care of him for months.
Well, I was...
Does your sister live here?
No, Wichita. I came from Wichita.
Oh, you must miss them. Those bubbles, I mean.
Yes, I do. They're good kids. One of them was named for me, you know.
Oh, which one?
Andrew.
I didn't mean the name. I mean the age.
Oh. Andrew, he's 17 months, 3 weeks, and 1 day. He was born on my birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
When is your birthday? All right, here.
little.
He's all right now.
June 30th.
June 30th. Oh, the crab.
What?
I mean, astrologically speaking, I'm interested in signs. You know, birth signs.
Oh, well, there's nothing I can do about that now. What sign were you born under?
December, the goat.
The goat? And the crab?
Yes.
No wonder we battle so much. Say, you know what I wish?
What?
Veronica!
Oh, here. You take him.
Oh.
Now hold his back and his head.
Right.
And be very careful.
I know. I've done this
Thank
before.
you. I've got. Oh, Aunt Addie, how wonderful. Oh, Aunt Addie, this is Mr. Larkin from the store.
Oh, Mr. Larkin, how do you do?
How do
It
you
was
do?
so
Aunt
nice.
Addie, this isn't a social call. Mr. Larkin, we mustn't keep you from your lunch.
Oh, I've got plenty of time, really.
Oh.
Let me have Jerome.
All right.
I'll get some tea.
Go ahead, fine.
Oh.
Go ahead, read your letter.
Do you mind?
No, not at all. Go
Thank
ahead. Good news?
Oh, very good news, Mr. Larkin. Oh, I'll be back to work tomorrow. Besides that, I'll even go to the party tomorrow night.
No. Well, isn't it amazing what one letter can do?
You know, at this moment, I feel so good I could even forgive you.
Forgive me for what?
Well, you spoiled my date last night.
I did?
Yes, this young man came along and looked through the restaurant window, saw you sitting at my table, and he misunderstood me.
No, you mean he thought that you and I were...
He says here, tell me truthfully, who was that attractive young man? He's just the type women fall for. He's certainly got a sense of humor.
Yes. Well, he sounds like a strange sort of a fellow to me. Imagine being afraid to go to a table just because another man was sitting there.
He wasn't afraid. He was just being tactful and sensitive. You see, it's very hard to explain a man like him to a man like you.
Well,
where you would say white, he would say black. Where you would say old maid, he'd say eyes that sparkle with fire and mystery.
Mystery?
Further,
What
vivacious, fascinating?
Fascinating.
There are a lot of things, and if you'll forgive me, Mr. Larkin, I have to answer this immediately.
Oh, I wouldn't stop you for the world. I'll run along, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Why didn't you ask your friend to come to the party?
Maybe I will.
Why?
Goodbye. Dear friend. Look at it flash. Looks just like a rainbow. Oh, Nellie, aren't you pleased? I should think you'd be so happy.
Indeed, I am. He wanted me to have it in time for the party tonight.
You know, someday I'm going to have one just like that.
Why, of course you will, dear. You deserve it.
Nellie, why don't you ladies run along? You'll be late for the party. I'll take care of the cash box.
Oh, that's very nice of you, Andy. Thank you.
Allow me.
Wow, thank you.
Miss Fisher, may I escort you to the party tonight?
Oh, yes.
Yes? I'll call for you at 8.
Fine.
What about your friend? Isn't he coming along?
No, he prefers to have me all to himself.
I don't blame him.
Why, Mr. Larkin.
You know, if you're really in love with a girl, you don't take her to a big party. You take her somewhere where there's music. You get a little table. Just the two of you.
Yes.
I know just the place.
You do?
I'll tell your friend about it if I ever meet him.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Larkin. Thank you very much.
Here you are, Andy.
Thanks.
Well, when are you going to break it to her?
As soon as I get a raise.
Andrew,
Yes, sir.
come in before you leave.
Yes, sir.
Listen, Andy, if you want a raise, now's your chance. You'll never find him in a better mood.
Well, wish me luck.
I do, Andy.
Thank you. Sit down, Andy. Sit down. I want to talk with you. Andy, each day I have given you a little more responsibility. And each day you have proved more worthy of my trust.
I've tried to do my best.
But I have never really expressed my appreciation in any tangible way.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, sir.
Now I'm going to show you how much faith I have in you.
Oh, thank you, sir.
I'm going to let you carry my violin for me tonight.
What?
It is to be a surprise for Nellie.
Oh, but Mr.
Yes,
Oberkugen.
yes, I'm going to play for her, you know. But I cannot carry it myself. Or she would be, as you say...
Wised up.
Wised up. She shouldn't be wised up. So you will take it from me, you know. And then at the proper time you will ask me to play. And I will say, but I have no fiddle. And you will say, why, Mr. Oberkugen? I just happen to have one with me. Good.
No, Mr. Oberkugen, I couldn't possibly. It's too
No,
much
no,
of
no,
responsibility.
Take the loan, take
The
it.
Stradivarius is worth thousands of dollars.
I have faith in you. I trust you.
No, really, Mr.
No,
Oberkugen.
not another word. No. Take care of it and guard it with your life.
Yes, sir.
Goodbye.
Oh, Andy, it's going to be a lovely party.
Oh, I hope so, Nellie. Well, I'll see you later.
What have you got there?
Well, we were...
Oh, no. Oh, Andy. He isn't going to play for all those people tonight.
I'm afraid so.
Oh, you can't let him make a fool of himself like that. You've got to do something. Anything.
Ready, Nellie?
All right.
What's the matter with her?
Oh, she's just feeling a little emotional.
Of course. 8 o'clock, Andy. Don't be late. And remember.
Yes, sir.
Andy!
Oh, Louise. Come in, come in.
Oh, I was afraid I'd missed you.
Gee, you look nice.
Oh, thank you. Here's your card of admission.
Well, now, Louise, don't forget I might have to go
Oh,
by
yes, I know you have to go to Mr. Oberkugen's party, but you will try to get there later for my part of the audition, won't you?
Well,
I think they're taking the violins last.
I'll try my best. How's that?
All right, fine.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye.
Oh, Andy. Andy, you did it. You got a violin for me.
Well, now, Louise, I want to tell you.
I know you said you would. Oh, Andy. Andy, this isn't Mr. Oberkugen's Stradivarius.
Yes, it is, Louise. That's what I want to tell
And
you.
he'd let me use it? Oh, how wonderful, how marvelous. Now I know that I can win.
Yes, I'm sure you'll win, Louise.
Wish me luck, won't you?
Yeah. Good luck, Louise.
Thanks. Thanks an awful lot.
All right. Bye.
Till the sun shines, Nellie, when the clouds go drifting by, we will be happy, Nellie, go to side. Down Lover's Lane we'll wander, sweethearts, you and I. Wait till the sun shines, Nellie, by and by.
And no Andrew.
Don't worry, Otto. He'll be here.
Miss Fisher, may I have the honor of this dance?
Why, yes. Mr. Oberkugen, may I have the honor of this dance?
Excuse me, Uncle Otto.
Excuse me. Andrew. Just a minute.
Otto.
Andrew.
Hello, Mr. Oberkugen. It certainly looks like a wonderful party. I'm sorry to be late.
Wait a minute. Where's my violin?
I couldn't bring it.
What?
I just couldn't bring it, Mr. Oberkugen. I suddenly said to myself, suppose I was to have an accident, or suppose I was to fall on the ice.
Stop supposing. Go home and get it in this minute.
Now, Mr. Oberkugen, it's safe where it is, and I'll bring it to you in the morning.
I'll go in.
No, Mr. Oberkugen. No. You stay here.
I'll
bring your violin.
I'll go. My violin? Strati.
So glad you were able to make it.
Look, Louise, I've got to get back. How soon before you go on?
I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, don't worry. I won't let it out of my sight.
Louise, where's your violin?
I left it at home.
Look, I'm in a little trouble. Have you got your key with you?
Yes.
Could I borrow your violin for a while?
Well, certainly.
It's all right, Louise. I'll explain to you later.
All right.
Thanks. I'll be back.
All right.
Otto, the way you look, people will think you don't want to marry me.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Good night, Mr. Oberkugen.
Oh, it was a lovely party.
But you can't go yet. Something else is going to happen.
Veronica is going to entertain us.
Oh, of course, we want to stay for that.
It's a surprise. She's rehearsed something with the quartet. May I have your attention, if you please? Veronica, Miss Fisher is going to entertain us. Now, Veronica?
Colored fella by the name of Bill Jefferson Lord.
Played piano while he'd sing a song. He just sang and played the whole night long.
Till one night a starry-eyed lady they call lovable Sadie heard him playing that barbershop chord.
When he finished, Sadie drew a sigh.
Oh, Lord.
Every time that she would catch his eye, she'd cry.
Mr. Jefferson Lord, play the barbershop chord. That soothing harmony, it makes an awful, awful, awful hit with me. Play that strain just to please me again. 'Cause, mister, when you start that minor part, I feel your fingers slipping and a grip in my heart. Oh, Lord,
Mr. Lord,
play the barbershop chord.
Mr. Jefferson Lord,
Jefferson Lord,
play that barbershop chord.
Play the barbershop chord.
That soothing harmony,
sweet harmony makes a terrible, terrible, terrible hit with me.
Play that
strain,
just to please me again.
Just to please me again. 'Cause, mister, when you start that minor part, I feel your fingers slipping and a grip in my heart.
Oh, Lord,
Mr. Jefferson Lord, play that barbershop
More!
Keep up the number, Veronica.
They say I'm crazy, got no sense, but I don't care. They may or may not mean offense, but I don't care. You see, I'm sort of independent. I am my own superintendent, and my star is on the ascendant. That's why I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what they may think of me. I'm happy-go-lucky. They say that I'm plucky, contented, and carefree. I don't care. I don't care if I do get a mean and stony stare. If I'm not successful, it won't be distressful, 'cause I don't care. A girl should know her etiquette. Alas, alack, propriety demands we walk a narrow track. When fellas used to blink at me, I'd freeze them and they'd shrink at me. But now when fellas wink at me, I wink at them right back. I don't care if people frown on me. Perhaps it's the lone way, but I go my own way. That's my philosophy. I don't care if he's a clerk or just a millionaire. There's no doubt about it. I'll sing and I'll shout it, 'cause I don't care. Oh, I don't care. When it comes to happiness, I want my share. Don't try to rearrange me. There's nothing can change me, 'cause I don't care.
Ladies and gentlemen, you mustn't tire her. She will sing again. Now, yes, Mr. Hickey, you have something to say?
Now?
Now, what was it you wanted to say?
Mr. Oberkugen, won't you play something for us?
Why, Mr. Hickey, it's very gracious of you. Very, but unfortunately, I have no fiddle. I have a very beautiful Stradivarius, but I didn't bring it, and so I have no fiddle.
That's funny. I just happen to have a Stradivarius here with me.
In that case, I will play a little number which is a favorite of mine.
Come on, Rudy.
He's a clumsy fool. Don't come.
Oh, now, Otto, please.
How is he, Doctor?
Just a little excited, but don't worry. He'll be all right.
Good. Come on, Rudy. You've got to help me explain.
He's fired. True. Don't ever let me see him again.
Oh, Andy.
Don't bother, Nellie. I heard him.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, the dumb-cup.
My Stradivarius, my Stradivarius.
I'm sorry, Uncle Otto.
I am no longer your uncle. Leave me alone.
Mr. Oberkugen, I just wanted to say...
You are fired.
Oh, wait a minute, Mr. Oberkugen. Andrew didn't do anything. He didn't break your violin. He hasn't done anything.
Anything. I gave him the violin to carry. I told him to guard it with his life. Now I have no violin.
Well, I just want to tell you, Mr. Oberkugen...
There is nothing you can tell me. Get out of my sight.
Please listen to what he has to say.
Well, I only wanted to say that it was not your violin that broke.
Not
Mr.
my
Oberkugen,
violin.
isn't that wonderful?
Your violin is safe and sound, and I'll have it back for you within an hour.
Back? Wait a minute. What is back?
I loaned it to somebody at Symphony Hall, but I'll get it for you right away.
He loaned it? Yes, my priceless violin, he loaned it.
Wait a minute, Mr. Oberkugen.
Wait a minute. I called the police.
Oh, no, wait. Oh, Mr. Oberkugen.
Oh, I'm so glad that's over.
Oh, Louise, you were wonderful.
Golly, do you really think so, Andy?
Yes, you won it hands down.
Oh, I hope so. Oh, Andy, isn't that Mr. Oberkugen?
Yes, Louise.
Oh, well, come on, we must thank him. Oh, Mr. Oberkugen, I just can't begin to thank you enough for your kindness. Why, when Andy brought the violin home this evening, I could hardly believe
I beg
it.
your pardon, Miss Parkson.
Yes?
The judges wish to speak to you a moment.
Oh, yes, sir, I'll be right there. And thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Excuse me, Andy.
Yes, Louise. I'm sorry, Mr. Oberkugen. She thought you sent it, and I didn't have the heart to tell her.
Want me to take him in? It's up to you.
No, not necessary.
Thank you, sir.
Come in the store tomorrow and get your pay.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Oberkugen,
I'll see you home, Miss Fisher.
Andy, I won! Oh, isn't it wonderful?
Oh, you were fine. Just fine.
Oh, thank you.
I'll get a carriage.
Andy, I just can't thank you enough for what you've done for me.
Oh, Louise, I...
With Andy, without you, I never would have been able to go through with it.
Of course you would.
Oh, I'm the happiest girl in the world.
I cannot understand it. He fires a man like Andy, and he keeps a man like you.
I told you he's crazy.
Morning, Miss Fisher.
Morning. Can't we get in?
We have to wait for Mr. Oberkugen. Andy has the only other key.
Morning.
Good morning.
What is it?
We have to wait for Mr. Oberkugen.
I never knew before last night, Mr. Hickey, that you were an acrobat.
Oh, Nellie, you didn't hear that violin that broke. That wasn't Mr. Oberkugen's.
It wasn't. I thought it was too good to be true.
Well, whose was it?
It belonged to a lady friend of Mr. Larkin's.
Well, here's Mr. Oberkugen. Good morning, Uncle Otto.
Good morning, Mr. Oberkugen.
Miss Burke, make up Mr. Larkin's pay envelope and give it to him when he comes. And get the receipt for it.
And when I think how happy we all were yesterday.
Morning, Hickey.
Hello, Andy. Gee, we didn't expect you this morning.
Well,
Hey, folks, here's Andy.
Good morning.
Good morning, Andy.
Good morning.
I didn't think you'd be here so early this morning.
Well, I had a picture of you all standing out there freezing out there. I thought I'd better bring the key over.
Oh, thank you.
Mr. Oberkugen let us in, Andy.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Wait a minute, I'll get you your money.
Oh, thanks, Nellie.
I feel terrible losing you your job.
Oh, forget it. Look, I'm lucky. I thought it was pretty decent about
I don't know what we're going to do without you, Andy. I tell you, it won't seem like the same place.
Oh, of course it will. But, hey, you better get busy. The customers are going to pile up.
How about Christmas dinner tomorrow, Andy? Have you got a date?
Why, no, not now.
Well, why not come to us?
Oh, thanks, Rudy. Thanks.
Good. We'll set a place for you.
Thank you.
Mr. Larkin, I know that we didn't get along very well. I guess we fought a lot, but losing your job just before the holidays, that's something I wouldn't wish on.
Your own worst enemy, I know.
I didn't say that.
Oh, let's not quarrel anymore, Miss Fisher. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Good luck.
Thanks.
Andy, here you are. Month's pay.
Oh, thanks, Nellie. And goodbye.
Andy, actually, this is all my fault. I'm going to tell him.
You're going to do nothing of the sort. I wouldn't let you.
Well, at least I can get you a letter of recommendation.
Oh, Nellie, I don't think he'd...
You knock on his door in a little while. I'll have it for you.
All right, Nellie.
Andrew's here. I gave him his money, but it'll be hard for him to get another job without some kind of letter.
Very well. To whom it may concern. I wish to state that Mr. Andrew Delby Larkin has been with me for
a number of years?
For a number of years. In all the time I found him
reliable?
Reliable, efficient. But you said reliable. It isn't reliable. Taking my violin? Reliable?
No, it isn't.
No, it isn't honest, isn't right. I could have had him thrown in the jail for that.
Yes, you could.
Where was I?
In all this time, I have found him reliable.
Efficient. Extremely honest. And because of his diligence, I promoted him. I was so proud of him. Like a son, he was to me. Like a son.
Here's Andrew for his letter.
Come in.
Morning, sir.
I'll be finished in a moment. Where was I?
Because of his diligence, I promoted him.
To the position of top salesman. Yes, and that was not all. I was going to make you manager. When Nellie and I were married, I was going to put you in charge of the store. And then you have to do this to me.
Well, I'm sorry, sir. There's nothing I can say now.
Otto, let's forget it. Andy's leaving, and you have your violin.
That's the trouble, Nellie. I haven't my violin. Last night, for the first time, I heard it played as it should be played. I knew then I had no right to it. I want you to give it to your young lady friend, Andy. Give it to her with my blessing. Take it tonight, after you finish work.
After I
Yeah. Yes, after you finish work. And now, Andy, that you are manager.
Manager?
You might give yourself a raise. You see, Nellie, sometimes I can admit I am wrong.
Oh, Otto. Otto.
Now, get going, manager.
Mr. Hickey, Mr. Hansen, on your toes. As your new manager, I ask of you a little more holiday spirit.
Manager? Andy, you're manager?
Yes.
Congratulations. Well, that's more like it, Andy.
Thank you. Where's Miss Fisher?
In the locker room.
All right, Hickey, you open up. We'll make this the biggest Christmas Eve Oberkugen's ever had. Let's sell out the store.
Good, Andy, good.
What happened?
What? What are you talking about?
I thought you were discharged.
Oh, that. I was. But Mr. Oberkugen changed his mind and took me back and made me manager.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks. You know, it means a lot to me.
It does?
Oh, yes. A raise in salary and who knows, maybe marriage.
Oh. Yes. You know, she's a very attractive girl.
I think so.
Yeah. I was quite surprised to find that you had a girl.
You mean you thought that I couldn't get one, is that it?
There you go. Putting words into my mouth again. Honestly, you're the most insufferable man I've ever met.
Now, what have
Heaven knows you were bad enough when you were just a salesman, but now that you're manager...
What happened?
I hurt my mind.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was happy as a lark when I came in here this morning.
Oh, I was
because
happy.
I thought I wasn't going to have to see you day in and day out.
Well, I didn't know
Well, I
that.
can't stand it anymore. I'm leaving.
Wait a minute. You just can't leave now, just as I was about to...
What?
Well, what I mean is you can't walk out now the day before Christmas with the customers coming in and
Oh,
all.
you needn't worry. I'll finish out the day if that's what's bothering you. But I give you notice, Mr. Manager. I'm getting out of here tonight.
Miss Fisher, this lady is interested in this song. We'd like to hear it.
Oh, certainly.
I'll play it for you.
Thank you.
What is it, Andy? What's wrong?
Oh, everything.
But didn't you tell her?
No, it's all over. Forget it.
Merry Christmas. Have a very, very Merry Christmas. Dream about your heart's desire. Christmas Eve, when you retire, Santa Claus will stop, and I know he'll drop exactly what you wanted from your chimney top. So be jolly, have a holiday as gay as holly. May the ones you love be near you, with the laugh of friends to cheer you. When the church bells ring like the angels sing, and you hear the joyful hymn they chime, hang a wish from me on your Christmas tree for a very Merry Christmas
Mr. Oberkugen?
Well, my children, this Christmas Eve has been the biggest in the history of Oberkugens. I want to show you my appreciation. Miss Fisher, I hope this will be the first of many Christmases with us.
Thank you, Mr. Oberkugen. But
Mr. Hansen, please. You have done a fine job. Fine.
Thank you, Mr. Oberkugen.
And now, there have been times when I have been a little cross and so, but you know, I didn't mean it.
Thanks, Uncle Otto.
And now, Andrew.
Mr. Oberkugen, you've already made this a very happy Christmas for me.
That is for the manager.
Thank
and you. Tell your young lady she should take good care of her Stradivarius. Nellie, come.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Well, I guess you won't need me to help you lock up, will you, Andy?
No, Rudy, you go on home to your family. I'll close up.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Good night, Miss Fisher.
Oh,
Did
good night,
lose
Mr.
something?
Hansen. I beg your pardon?
Did you lose something?
Yes, I left my stocking cap.
Oh.
Andy.
What?
I hope you don't hold it against me, making up to Miss Fisher.
Oh.
I didn't know until last night that she's in love with you. Gee, I thought I was doing all right, but I guess the best man won.
Coming, Hickey?
Coming. Good night, Andy.
All right.
Mr. Larkin?
Yes.
I was wondering if you would mind giving this to Mr. Oberkugen. Now that I'm not going to be here any longer, I couldn't think of keeping it.
Oh, you're sure you won't change your mind, huh?
Oh, no. I was going to leave in a few weeks anyway. You know, Mr. Larkin, you're not the only one who's getting married.
Oh, really?
No.
When did this happen? Oh, here, let me help you with those.
Thank you.
When did this happen?
Well, it hasn't happened yet.
Oh,
And then, of course, he might not ask me. But then again...
He might,
he
yes.
might.
Well, as a matter of fact, I happen to know that it will happen.
Mr. Larkin?
What?
What do you mean you happen to know?
I might as well tell you. He came to see me the other day.
Who?
Your fiancé. I had a pretty uncomfortable time with him. You know, he just didn't believe you when you wrote and told him that I meant nothing to you. Can you imagine that?
Well, I just can't get this through my head. You mean that he came to see you?
Me, yes, that's right. But you know, you've got nothing to worry about, because I straightened the whole thing out. In a little while, you'll be Mrs. Newspickle.
Newspickle?
Well, that's his name, isn't it? That's what he told me.
Yeah, Newspickle.
He's a nice fellow. I congratulate you.
Oh, thank you.
You're a very lucky girl.
Tell me, did you find that he was very attractive?
Yes, I thought so. But don't try to change him. Don't you go putting him on any diet.
Would you say he was fat?
Well, I wouldn't know. Personally, I like that little tummy of his. It gives him a nice homey look. And after all, that's what you want in a husband, isn't it?
That's what I want.
And as for his being bald... Oh, I don't think anyone would know it. You know, it's very clever the way he lets those few hairs at the back grow long and then comes it forward over the top of his head, coming down over his ears. It's real genius.
Mr. Larkin?
What?
About his mind.
Mind?
Yes. Didn't you find that he was very, well, intelligent and witty?
Witty? No, not witty. As a matter of fact, I found him quite depressed.
Oh.
But then, of course, you can't judge a man when he's out of a job.
Out of a job?
Why, yes.
Why, he never said anything about that to me.
Well, as you say, he's very sensitive. But he thinks you can both live very comfortably on what you make.
Did he ask you what I make?
Well, after all, he is your fiancé. But he was a little worried at first, but I promised him I'd try to get you a raise.
Oh, well, I think this is ridiculous.
Oh,
it's outrageous. I wish you could read his letters and you'd find out that he had such a lofty point of view.
Lofty?
Not to find out that he's so materialistic.
Materialistic, too? Well, I'm sorry. I hate to think that I've spoiled your Christmas.
Well, you haven't spoiled it. I suppose I should be thanking you.
Oh, no, you don't have to do that. But do you know what I wish you would do? I wish you'd send this Newspickle about his business and concentrate on me instead. Huh?
Well, I can't. You already have some.
Oh, no, not yet. No.
Well, now, wait a minute. This is all wrong.
After all, it is Christmas.
I know, but Mr. Larkin...
Oh, Veronica, I love you so. Please open box 237 and take me out of my envelope.
Box 237.
Dear friend.
You?
Yes. Are you disappointed?
Psychologically, I'm very confused, but personally, I feel just wonderful.